John, we're ready,
we're
John.
about 60%.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. And as the man said, it's Hawk Talk, and we're here live at the C.H. Fields Craft Kitchen at the Hilton Garden Inn. Coach Paul Tortorella is with me tonight. We have a couple of special guests coming on a little bit later on. You want to stay with us. I want to remind you folks you're listening on radio, we're also streaming tonight. And if you'd like to be a participant, you can go to the Facebook pages, any one of our 4 radio stations, the Hawk Talk post. Any questions or comments you may have for either one of us, or even for later on, we'd be happy to accommodate you and have some fun with it all. And of course, the football season got underway last Saturday, and what a game it was, with IUP coming away with a 29-26 win over Kutztown. 12 road wins in a row for Kutztown, but not anymore, because IUP came away with a big victory last week. And Tort, you're off the practice field a little bit light today, I guess you went, huh?
Yeah, we usually Monday's lighter, and with injuries even this early in the year, we got to watch we don't wear these guys out. So went light, conditioned a little bit, and we'll get on to Shepard really more tomorrow. We had to fix our issues with the Kutztown game today.
And of course, it's a very long season, and you hope to make it even longer. If you go to, teams are always wanting to go to the playoffs, as IUP always has that particular notion, and you don't want to wear anybody out. And so many reps, and you practiced for 4 weeks until we got this thing started. That was a long time.
Yeah, without playing a game, 22 practices is during the season. That's like 5 weeks, 6 weeks of a season. So we had 22 practices before this first game, so we were ready to play a game. We got to play a lot better. Kutztown's a really good team. We were very fortunate to win the game.
I had one word that I thought. I was trying to think of a word for a description of that particular game. I came up with resilient. Mm-hmm. You had 3, not 1, but not 2, but 3 comebacks to win that game, and that took a lot of doing, because, as you mentioned, Kutztown was a very good team.
Yes. We answered every score. When they scored, we answered. And then when we got the touchdown on defense, it put us up by more than a 1-score game, obviously. So that gave us a little bit of breathing room, and we held on at the end. So we were very resilient that way. And, a lot of things came up during the week and have come up really pretty much all camp, and nothing's perfect. So we just got to fight through everything and control what we can control. And I thought our kids had a lot of situations during the game where it really could have went the wrong way for us, and they didn't let that happen.
Boy, this day and age, you never know what's going to happen. We all had to deal with a different situation all of last year, and then the last minutes, so to speak, the last couple of days before game time, and you had to make, again, adjustments. That's not an easy thing to do, is it? Because there's a lot of things behind the scene that fans don't really see.
Sure. Support staff-wise, we're not like a Division I program where we got a million people and resources. I mean, people were calling me before the game, the gate's not open, the music's not on, there's not a pylon, and there's one pylon short in the end zone. And I said, the last time I checked, I didn't think I was game management too. So, you have a lot of hats. Really, everybody does, our whole staff. And so, you set it up that everybody has responsibilities, and if somebody's, not there, other guys have to make it up.
Yeah. Well, we're going to talk more about the victory over Kutztown. We're going to hear later on from quarterback Javon Davis. He'll be joining us a little later. Jackie Montgomery here from the Hilton Garden Inn is also going to join us too. And you're invited to stop by, because we're right here for you. and you have any questions or comments, maybe get a beverage, something to eat, talk to the coach, talk to me, whatever, we're here for you. We'll be back in a moment. It's Hawk Talk, and we'll be back on U92.5 and U92Radio.com.
Kenley Insurance is a family-owned and operated insurance broker located in downtown Indiana at 689 Philadelphia Street.
Hi, my name is Nicole Kenley, a licensed insurance agent with 15 years of experience in the industry. We offer many solutions such as home, auto, renters, life, flood, and many more specialty products.
Hi, my name is Sam Kenley. We are partnered with over 30 A-rated companies such as Progressive, Travelers, Allstate, MetLife, and Nationwide, just to name a few.
Please call 724-216-0972 for your free insurance review.
The Co-op store has the largest selection of IUP gifts and apparel. The Co-op is always there with its convenient location and hours. The Co-op store has been serving IUP and the Indiana community since 1933, and all profits are returned to the students through campus programs and activities. The Co-op has all your campus needs from the dorm to the classroom. Visit us online at www.iupstore.com.
Hey everyone, this is Ryan at Four Wheeling for Less, your local ATV and side-by-side dealership. We specialize in buying, selling, and servicing all major makes and models. In our sales department, we offer financing, warranties, and purchase appraisals. Our service department will keep you up and running for your next adventure. And our parts and accessories department can help you find whatever you're looking for. So whether you're looking to buy, sell, trade, or get service work done, visit our website, or give us a call, or stop by today.
Hi, this is Zach, and welcome to Gingerbread Man Running Company, proudly located in the heart of Indiana on Philadelphia Street since 2009. We offer the top models from the best brands of running and walking shoes. Stop in today for your free gait analysis from our expertly trained staff. We are happy to help solve any foot or shoe issue you may have. Please visit our website for more information. Gingerbread Man Running. Catch up.
I'm with the voice of the IUP Crimson Hawks, Jack Benedict. And Jack, finally, you will be back in the booth broadcasting the Hawks. How good does that feel?
Oh, Mark, I'll tell you what, I can't wait. It is about time that I get back there.
And we'd like to invite your business to join our Hawks Booster Club.
That's right, back the best, the IUP Crimson Hawks, and help us sponsor the games for thousands of listeners on air and online. Check out the Crimson Hawks Sports Booster Plan, which is attached. In Hawk Talk is what we call it. Jack Benedict with Coach Paul Tortorella. We have some guests coming along a little bit later. Also, one of the sponsors that we have for you that you heard in that last set, Kenley Insurance. Those folks are here this evening. There they are. And good to have you come by and say hello to us. Coach, I do want to mention Javon Davis, your quarterback. He had 20 for 30, 204 yards, 2 touchdowns. But the big thing I have circled here, no turnovers. And he did the job.
Oh, he did a great job. You know, absolutely no turnovers. Only had 1 sack, and they actually they got a penalty on it, so they got a personal foul on it, so it really didn't hurt us. He had 2 balls that very easily should have been caught. And then there were 2 miscommunications that were really on the wideouts that would have been hitches that would have been completed. So I think he was 20 for 30. He very easily could have been 24 for 30. Really only missed 2 throws. The one deep ball down the sideline to Quan Green, he overthrew it a little bit. And then when he was scrambling to his left, the ball sailed on him a little bit on an overroute. And he probably should have took Justice Evans in the flat on that. But other than those 2 passes, he was pretty much spot on. The touchdown pass to Irvin Charles was put right where you need to put it, and the 2-point play to Dwayne Brown was put right where you have to put it, and great catches. But Javon played a great game.
Yeah, he did, no question. We're going to have him with us. He'll be joining us here in about 20 minutes on Hawk Talk. You mentioned those 2 throws, and I was going to ask you about that because the receiver, they were different receivers at times where they're heading upfield, and of course the pass went sideline, so it was on the receivers pretty much. But you can have reps and reps and reps, but mistakes are going to be made sometimes.
Well, the receivers read the coverage wrong. They thought that the corners were playing up and they were playing off. So when they were playing off, obviously they should have been running hitches, and that's what Javon thought they were going to run. And, that happens. Sometimes it happens the other way. The quarterback reads it wrong. But it happened once, like I said, with Dwayne and once with Irv. But that's just something we got to get communicated and, kind of get on the same page.
I was going to bring this up. I still don't know what happened. Penalty call, the TD pass to Dwayne Brown, nullified. Fortunately, he went down and scored anyway later on. What was that all about?
Well, the back judge threw the flag. He was about 30 yards away, and I asked him, why did you throw the flag? He said he looked back at the defender. I said, well, you're not allowed to look back to see if the guy's chasing you or he's on your heels. And he said, well, he also said something. So he kind of changed his story there a little bit, and that's what got me upset. If he would have just said he said something right from the start, I understand that we can't do that. That's a bad situation on our part. But, he turned around to see where the guy was because he had just broken the tackle and wanted to see how fast he had to run, if the guy was on his trail, et cetera, et cetera. And the back judge was like 30 yards away, too. So if he heard it, he has the best ears in Iran. But, in those things, I give the officials the benefit of the doubt, but when they give me an explanation that's, not really right or it's changing as we're talking, I need to get it clarified. And I went to a referee, and he said, he didn't have anything to do with it, obviously, because he's so far away from it. But I think we got a little bit of a makeup call on the sack when Javon got sacked. The personal foul, I've seen a lot worse. And he was pretty quick to throw the flag. So we ended up still scoring a touchdown, but, we got to be a little smarter. But, when a guy's running and he turns around to see if the guy's chasing him, I can't really get on Dwayne about that. Now, if he said something, that's a different story. Dwayne says he didn't, so. But, it worked out, but we got to be a little smarter. And I think officials got to understand that these kids aren't robots. I understand if he backpedals into the end zone. I understand if he high steps into the end zone. I understand if he spikes the ball. Just watch the NFL. They have celebrations galore. Kids are kids. Let them have a little bit of fun, but, not at the expense of the opponent. I think you start to take the spirit out of the kids. It's supposed to be fun. And I thought it was just, basically a real Bush League picky call, to be honest with you.
Well, it was really fortunate that, you got the touchdown after that. That put you up 14-13, because if you don't get a touchdown and it goes the other way, mentally that's got to have something.
Oh, the momentum totally shifted on the penalty. And then when they got the, I'm going to call it a makeup call in our favor, it kind of shifted the momentum back in our favor, and we got down inside the 5, and then we changed quarters, and then we stuck it in there with DeJour Stewart and made the extra point to go up 1.
We're with Coach Paul Tortorella. Just to bring you up to date, this is the first show that we have on Monday nights, and we're going to continue it for the football season, and then hopefully right into the basketball season and keep it going. We're at CH Fields Craft Kitchen live at the Hilton Garden Inn. Hawk Talk is what we call it. Once again, we remind you fans, you can go to the Facebook page, any one of our 4 radio stations, look for the post, the Hawk Talk post. Have any questions, any comments, they'll pass along to us, and we'll be happy to answer those. Most likely the coach, because I don't know anything. Coach, big play. Wallace gets the tip. 315-pound Ronnie Mitchell gets. The thing that, the play was so outstanding, so spectacular, is afterwards, the reaction by the fans and the players that came down on the track. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that.
Yeah,
and you've been here 25 years or so.
That was nice to see, the excitement. That's the point I was making before. It's supposed to be fun. You're supposed to have energy. And the thing that was good is we were celebrating with each other. It wasn't at the expense of the opponent. It was off the field to play, but it was great to see because it was a huge play, and our players were very excited about it. Not only the defense, but the whole sideline.
Was there a lot of chipping going on during the course of the game, or not?
No, not really.
Good.
No, it was a pretty not at all. It was a pretty fairly played game on both sides of the ball. Not a lot of penalties until they started to get in pass mode, and then they started doing some chop blocking and holding because they were in a pretty much all pass mode. So they were kind of trying to get the back out, so they only had 5 protectors. So, but no, it wasn't that type of game at all. It was a good physical game. They're a really good opponent. They're very well coached. Usually they win those kind of games. Their record in one-score games is very good. So for us, being able to beat them in that scenario was very positive for us.
They had won 12 in a row on the road. You got to be pretty good if you're going to do that, and that's over a period of time. And of course, they won the last 2 against IUP, but that shows how solid Jim Clements, their coach, has done a great job there.
He's a great coach. Like I said earlier in the week, they remind me of Ashland. Not quite their style of play, but they don't take a lot of penalties. We actually beat them at their own game. We were +3 in the turnovers. Usually they win the turnover battle. They don't turn the ball over, and they don't beat themselves. So, I'm sure they're looking at the game and thinking, wow, we kind of let this one get away with the turnovers. And, the stat on scoring on defense, 90% of the time when you score a defensive touchdown, you win. So that's a pretty good percentage. So we scored a defensive touchdown, and I think somebody told me Sunday we've got 8 defensive touchdowns since 2017. So
it's a lot.
That helps in 3.5 seasons. That's pretty good. So when you score a touchdown on defense, you're probably going to win.
Yeah, exactly. We got a tip here that the crowd was listed. Ryan Ripples, our SID, he has another title now, and these guys have so many big titles now. But said crowd was 5,180. The opener in 2019. Of course, we had it was 2,800. 2,800 estates here. So, that was a great. It was super. I think fans. Well, let me ask you this. Did the 2 o'clock start have anything to do with it? Of course, I think the fans really wanted to see football, too.
Well, I think when you go 18 months without playing a game and without, the community or the university or the students watching a game live probably had something to do with it. It was a beautiful day. The crowd was a factor. Mm-hmm. It really was. We need that same crowd this week because, Shepard travels very well. They sell their place out at home, and I'd be willing to bet they'll travel and sell out the visitor side without any problem. When we played them in the playoffs 2 years ago, it wasn't a very nice day, and the crowd wasn't as good as you'd expect. But with the Hall of Fame and the opponent, Shepard, who's a really good team. I don't know, they're ranked in the top 15, I think, somewhere, and they're close, and we've become a rival. And the thing I told our players, there's only one Division II football team that we have a losing winning percentage against, and it's Shepard. Mm-hmm. So that should give us a little bit of incentive.
I would think. One poll that came out, I guess 2 polls came out today, but the coaches poll, IUP is now up to number 14. Shepard is number 9. And I guess out of the top 25 of last week, there were at least 4 teams that, got beat. Well, look what Jacksonville State did to Florida State.
Yeah, and there's a lot of FCS teams beating FBS teams this year. Duquesne beat Ohio U.
Yeah.
And I think there was another game where a team did that, and they made $1.2 million on top of it.
Ooh,
so,
wow.
That's an interesting thing to look at. But, really in our conference, and especially you get involved in crossovers, 80% of the games you play, you're really going to have to play good to win.
Let me bring this up. This has been talked about both on the message boards and among fans and so on about an 11th game. And you had a great explanation to me and to Matt a while back about why. I know you tried to play an 11th game, about why you didn't. Explain that.
Well, we were playing 5, really, I consider Cal a playoff team, so we were playing 5 playoff teams in a 10-game schedule. For us to play a game against another playoff team on the road really is not fair to our players because we have a great strength of schedule. In 2019, or I'm sorry, in 2018, we had 2 losses with a bunch of other teams in the region, and our win at Ashland in the opener did us absolutely no good. I mean, we were ranked 9th in the region, and Fairmont was ranked 5th, and they had played nobody in their opening game. They played a team that I think had 1 win. So it doesn't do you any good. It'll hurt you if you lose, and it really doesn't do you any good if you win, because they don't really look at it that way. Mm-hmm. So they look at your number of losses, and they don't really worry about who you beat. And we don't have to worry about that because, we're playing 5 legitimate playoff teams, and, and there's a couple other teams on our schedule that are pretty good too. So our strength of schedule doesn't need a bump at all. Mm-hmm. I really didn't want to get involved in something where we'd have to travel, lose money. There's more to it than just the football game. There's a budget issue. There's the issue of traveling, et cetera, et cetera. You got to come to camp a week earlier. Obviously, that's going to cost you more money. And, sometimes it does come down to dollars and cents, too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. No question. Hawk Talk is what we call it. This is Coach Paul Tortorella, Jack Benedict here with you. And we are at the C.H. Fields Craft Kitchen, live from the Hilton Garden Inn. We're glad to have you along. Have any questions or comments, go to any one of our Facebook pages. We have our 4 radio stations. Look for the Hawk Talk post and, just chime in and be a part of all of this. We had mentioned about the big play with Ronier Mitchell, and of course Wallace had the big tip for you, Vaughn Wallace. And it was announced today that Ronier is the Defensive Player of the Week in the PSAC. In addition to the touchdown, he had 4 tackles.
Right.
He and Mr. Fisher there give you a couple of really good defensive players, don't they, in the middle?
Yeah, absolutely. And Fisher had to block extra point, and when you look at it, that's the difference in the game, because we both scored 4 touchdowns. Mm-hmm. We blocked an extra point, and we made our 2-point conversion, because it wouldn't have done us any good to kick the ball at an extra point on that situation with what the score was, and we stopped their 2-point play. So there's the 3-point difference right there. If we don't block the extra point, it's probably a 28-28 game, and we're going into overtime. Mm-hmm. So that's how big that blocked extra point was.
Yeah, and there's a guy that's 300 pounds or whatever, and he's, he go in the air, and it was a big play. Speaking of big, you've got a 6'4" punter by the name of Dylan Grubbs. I talked to him this past week, and I guess he said he had never been a punter in high school at Seneca Valley, but a place kicker.
Right.
So how did that, by the way, he's the special teams player of the week. He had 5 kicks, averaging 50.5 yards a kick. What was the story on him? Did you just discover him warming up or practicing, or what, as a punter?
Actually, it was, I looked out my window one day, and there was a kid out there kicking. So I went out, and, he was kicking field goals and extra points, and real big, tall kid. He had a great body to be a punter. And I said, have you ever punted before? And he's a great kid. He said, not really, but I'll work on it. And, he was just a student in school. So we brought him out in the spring, and then we redshirted him. And he's, the sky's the limit for him, as a punter. I mean, one of the other big plays in the game is the last punt with 2 minutes to go. In crunch time, punting into the wind, he had a 47-yard punt. Mm-hmm. And that was huge. And we did a great job covering. I think it was 43-yard net. They started that drive on their 30-yard line. If you don't get a good punt and they start that drive on the 50-yard line and they got a field goal to send it into overtime, it's a whole different ball game. So really the 2 special teams plays, the blocked extra point by Fisher and the last punt by Grubbs, was huge in closing the game out and winning the game.
Yeah, he had 2 kicks inside the 20, and his longest was 66.
Right.
Yeah. It's a weapon. People maybe don't think as much about it, but it appears that your special teams crew is improved overall. Nothing against the guys from a couple of years ago, but long snappers, kickers are overlooked sometimes.
Right. Well, when Stout came down with the injury last year,
Drew Stout.
We knew we had to get a long snapper, so we recruited a freshman out of New Jersey, who we were fortunate enough that Coastal Carolina was bringing back their long snapper because of the COVID year, because he was going to go to Coastal Carolina. Mm-hmm. His dad's a high school coach in New Jersey. The kid loves football. He's a great snapper. He had one snap that wasn't great on the punt, and that's not really like him. I mean, his snaps all camp and all preseason and our first week of practice have been spot on, both punting and extra point field goal. And last spring we struggled because we had to invent a long snapper. We worked with Kelly, we worked with Gerald Comedy on short snapping, and it was a major issue, coming out of the spring, and luckily we got Ryan Laguerre, the freshman long snapper, so that put us in a pretty good position.
Yeah, I'd say. And, of course, your place kicker's Tyler Luther,
right.
Young man who's a freshman.
Sure.
So
his dad's a high school coach, too.
Yeah.
Chambersburg. His dad's the high school coach at Chambersburg.
Well, he's the old
Lock Haven coach, right?
The old Lock Haven coach,
sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that all ties in, the backgrounds of these kids. When you look at that win, 29-26 over Kutztown, both teams being nationally ranked, you were minus a quarterback, you were minus Streeter, you had a limited number of coaches. You had a lot to overcome. But to you and the coaching staff and the players, it was a terrific job.
Well, I appreciate that. I think I'm leaning more towards, giving props to our players. They understood the scenario we were in. We were a little shorthanded, mainly coaching-wise. And we had to have an organized sideline, and they had to do some things on their own because, we had 4 less coaches on this, basically. So they did a great job of ownership of the sideline. We didn't have any substitution problems. We only had one delayed game, and Javon really probably should have got it off. It just, when we snapped it, it hit 0. So we didn't have any sideline issues, and I give probably 95% of the credit to the players on that. And then, we had, like, Mike Campolo had to really take over the offensive play calling, and, I got involved a little bit in the pass game, offensively. But, I was more involved with, helping with special teams and, helping with the defense a little bit. And Smitty obviously was running the defense. So, we were a little shorthanded, but guys got it done.
What is because the rules anymore with what's going on with COVID, when do we get anybody back?
Well, I don't know about any of the players yet, but I think we'll have all the coaches back by the game on Saturday.
By the Shepard game?
Yeah, so we're going to still be without them here during the week some, which hurts us. But, with Zoom and everything, they meet with their players, they meet with their unit, and it's all by remote Zoom. They just can't be at practice, which is obviously a big thing. So
yeah.
We'll have to do a little double duty, especially early in the week, and then we'll start getting those coaches back midweek and later in the week, and then we should have a full complement by the game Saturday. Okay.
Coach Paul Tortorella, we're going to have quarterback Javon Davis going to join us here shortly. I think we'll take a break from Hawk Talk right now. We'll put the quarterback to work. We have the coach working here with us, and again, if you have any questions or comments, just chime in with us, won't you please? So it's the first of many shows on Monday night. We have a lot of fun with this. Always great to talk IUP football. CH Fields Craft Kitchen, Hilton Garden Inn, Hawk Talk, and we'll be back with the QB right after this timeout on U92.5 and U92Radio.com.
Kenley Insurance is a family-owned and operated insurance broker located in downtown Indiana at 689 Philadelphia Street.
Hi, my name is Nicole Kenley, a licensed insurance agent with 15 years of experience in the industry. We offer many solutions such as home, auto, renters, life, flood, and many more specialty products.
Hi, my name is Sam Kenley. We are a partner with over 30 A-rated companies such as Progressive, Travelers, Allstate, MetLife, and Nationwide, just to name a few.
Please call 724-216-0972 for your free insurance review.
The Co-op store has the largest selection of IUP gifts and apparel. The Co-op is always there with its convenient location and hours. The Co-op store has been serving IUP and the Indiana community since 1933, and all profits are returned to the students through campus programs and activities. The Co-op has all your campus needs from the dorm to the classroom. Visit us online at www.iupstore.com.
Hi, this is Zach, and welcome to Gingerbread Man Running Company, proudly located in the heart of Indiana on Philadelphia Street since 2009. We offer the top models from the best brands of running and walking shoes. Stop in today for your free gait analysis from our expertly trained staff. We are happy to help solve any foot or shoe issue you may have. Please visit our website for more information. Gingerbread Man Running. Catch us if you can.
Hey everyone, this is Ryan at Four Wheeling for Less, your local ATV and side-by-side dealership. We specialize in buying, selling, and servicing all major makes and models. In our sales department, we offer financing, warranties, and purchase appraisals. Our service department will keep you up and running for your next adventure, and our parts and accessories department can help you find whatever you're looking for. So whether you're looking to buy, sell, trade, or get service work done, visit our website, or give us a call, or stop by today.
And we're back with you live. CH Fields Craft Kitchen, the Hilton Garden Inn. The Hawk Talk is what we call it. Jack Benedict, Coach Paul Tortorella, quarterback Javon Davis with us right now. Happy to join us, and we're really glad that we could get him off the practice field. And this is going to be a little bit different for you, but this will be better. You won't take any hits here, Javon.
No hits this way, no.
No. Hey, congratulations, first of all, for you guys and the victory over Kutztown. That was a big one, and it had to really make you guys feel great because, first of all, you got to play, and then you came away with the win. Maybe your thoughts about that.
I mean, just coming back from playing 2 years, just a long time not playing, and, everybody had a little jitters a little bit, but came away with the win, and it was a great team win.
Yeah, we're getting a little bit of echo here, and no, we're still getting some echo. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
I think maybe we're good now. This is what you do when you do live shows. I've got to ask you this. You were 20 for 30, 204 yards, 2 touchdowns, but as I pointed out to the coach, you protected the ball. You and the guy, no turnovers, and that was a big deal because, they coughed it up on 3 picks.
Yep.
That's a good start, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I've always been taught to take care of the ball, especially in high school, just take care of the ball is the biggest thing in the game, You win the turnover battle, you have a good chance of winning the game.
Yeah. Just for you, you've been here now, how many years at IUP?
This is my 4th year here, yes.
4th year?
Yes,
Only
sir.
4?
Mm-hmm. This is my 4th year.
Well, with COVID and things and so on, you've had to battle your way. You had spring ball battle, you had a fall, and it's a credit to you for sticking around. You must like Indiana and IUP, right?
Yep, I'm a diehard Indiana guy.
Okay, let me ask you this. I know that we have a question. Oh, okay, we'll pick it up for you here, and I'll pass it on to you. I know you played at Steubenville.
Yes, sir.
Steubenville High School, the Big Red.
The Big Red, yes, sir.
Yeah. I got a chance to visit Steubenville about 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And a guy named Dean Martin was celebrating his 100th birthday. Mm-hmm. You had heard of him?
I've heard of him, yes, sir.
Okay. Well, the Big Red Band was in the auditorium.
Yep.
That's a big deal out there, isn't it?
Yes, Big Red Band, great band right there. Great band. They practice so hard, and it's a great band.
Tell us about your background with your family, because you're a QB, but I understand there's a heck of a lot more that right down the line in your family.
Yep, my dad was a QB at Kent State. He played in the CFL for a while, and then he went to the Arena League. And my uncle also played. He played for Ball State, and he played for the 49ers. He played for the Colts for a little bit, and he's actually still playing right now in Albuquerque, Texas.
No kidding.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. He's playing in an Arena League there.
Wow. Well, so it was, I guess, no surprise to you. Did you always want to be a quarterback?
Oh, always did. Always have. What's crazy is when I was younger, I was number 85, and I was just always the fastest kid on the team. And then I played running back, and then I started throwing around before practice, and then all of a sudden, coach was like, "Hey, you can play quarterback, man." So I was number 85 playing quarterback that year.
Coach Tor, where did you get the first word on Javon?
Well, his high school coach is Reno Sackcoch, and I recruited a kid. I'm dating myself here, so I'm going to show how old I am. I recruited a kid in 1991 from Steubenville High School when I was at the University of Maryland, and Reno was the head coach back then. So he runs a tight ship, and if you can play quarterback for him, you can play quarterback for anybody. And that was the first. And the guy's a gamer. He's won a lot of games. They won a state championship. And, a lot of times you look at a quarterback, and especially in high school, because, some teams run different offenses and, the passing game maybe isn't quite what you'd like it to be at the college level. But when you look at high school quarterbacks, wins and losses kind of tell you something. And this guy won a state championship. So, and he's got the pedigree, obviously, with his dad and uncle. And, he was really something at Steubenville Big Red. His highlight film was pretty good.
Well, I've seen his high school stats,
right.
And there's nothing to sneeze at. Javon Davis with us, the QB, IUP, helped to lead the team to a victory. I've got a note here from Earl and Donna. They said about the big crowd that we had on Saturday, and how does that affect a player like you or the players when you come on the field and you get ready to play a game like that? We had more than 5,000 there. What's the feeling when you're just hitting the field once again?
Just gave me chills, Just gave me chills, I just felt like football was back, and it's great fans, great atmosphere, I just loved every bit of it, every minute of it.
So did you have butterflies?
Oh yeah. Of course, every game I had butterflies, no matter what game it is, who we're playing, where it's at, doesn't matter. There's a saying, excuse me, sorry.
That's all right.
Sorry.
That's okay.
There's a saying, if you're nervous, it's natural, It's natural.
So you're not ready if you're not nervous.
Oh yeah.
I was nervous here tonight.
Yeah.
First show and all that.
You ain't nervous, you ain't normal, Yeah. That's how it is. But after you get hit it the first time, just all the butterflies go away, and it was good. It was fun.
Coach, you've been coaching for forever. Still get nervous some?
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Especially first games, and especially after not playing for 18 months. First games are always a little bit hard to judge what you're going to get, and then you don't have anything to draw back on from last year. And, I could see the look in his eyes and his just demeanor in pregame warm-up and on the sideline and before the game started. And as the game went on, he was locked in, and I had a lot of confidence that he was going to get the job done just by seeing how he was reacting to things. He was very composed, never panicked, had a couple suggestions that worked, that we talked about on the sideline. And, like Campy and I were talking, he's the guy playing. So if he feels like this play is a play that is going to work, we probably should take a good look at it. And he gave us a couple plays that he liked, and I thought he handled himself very well, and then he performed. Yeah. That's the bottom line. You got to do it when the bullets are flying, and he did a great job in that respect. And I thought even like late in the game they had the momentum. They cut the lead to 3. We had the ball 1st and 10, and we ran a play, and it was 2nd and 10, and we showed confidence in him that we called the comeback. And he hit Irvin, great throw and catch, and got us a first down. And then we got behind the chains a little bit. But what that play did was it made them use their 3 timeouts. Mm-hmm. So when they did get the ball, they wouldn't have any timeouts left. And it probably worked about at least a minute off the clock, just that one pass. Mm-hmm. So, and we would have, we were going to throw the ball again on 3rd down, but it was like 3rd and 16. So we decided, well, let's run it and make them use their last timeout. And that's kind of what we did. And then Grubbs made us look good with his punt, to be honest with you.
Yeah, well, did he ever? He did a heck of a job. We were talking about him a little while ago. Javon, since you've been here for the 4 years, and spring ball and fall ball competition that you've had from day one, where do you think you've improved the most, whether it be physically or mentally?
Both physically and mentally, in the off season, coming in with Coach Tate every day, just getting film in and just going over the offense, just physically, also in the weight room every day, my red shirt year, every day, weight room, just hitting it every day, got a lot bigger, probably gained, I think, 15.5 pounds, going my red shirt year into last year, into the COVID year. So I gained about 15 pounds, and I think that really helped me a lot.
I think the question I wanted to ask you, if some people had posed it to me. They said, Javon's been here for quite a while. With all the transfer things that go on, the portal's like free agency anymore. And to your credit, you've hung in there. You've stayed here. So apparently this is where you wanted to be.
Yep. This is where I came, My dad always told me, never quit, never quit. I came here for a reason. So, I know it's a business. If they think that he's going to make the team better, then they're going to bring him in. I mean, they just come in here and compete every day. Like me and Harry, we compete every day. Every day, we make each other better every day.
You guys get along well?
Oh yeah. Harry's a great guy.
Well, I think we're fortunate, Coach, that we bring people in that are good people, and
Absolutely.
The compatibility shows.
Yeah, he's grinded it out. He's won a couple battles. He had a battle one spring with another freshman. He won that battle. He had a battle this past spring with Raymart. He won that battle. So it's not like he has not competed, in respect with other quarterbacks. And that says something about his character and his confidence. And I think he's learned, like most quarterbacks, pretty much every quarterback that's ever played usually tries to do too much. And then when you finally realize that maybe that's a negative, I think you become a better quarterback. And I think that's what he's transitioned to, much like all quarterbacks. They all try to do too much until they start to get some experience and understand that
what it's all about.
Yeah, let it come to intake what the defense gives you.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to take another break here, and we want to have Jackie come on with us. Javon, thanks for coming over. I'm glad the coach brought you along, and this is something else you can put on your resume.
Oh, yeah, for sure. No problem. Thank you for having me.
What's your major, by the way?
Sports administration with a minor of business.
Oh, okay, good. Well, great. Well, we'll see you on Saturday. That's for sure. Good luck against Shepard. I got to ask you this: they've got a great quarterback. With a great reputation and so on. So you, on the other side as a quarterback, you're not really competing against him, are you?
I'm just playing football. I just going out there trying to win.
That's bottom line, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Javon. Coach, staying with us. We're good here for, another 20 minutes or so on Hawk Talk, and we're going to talk with Jackie Montgomery. She's a general manager of the Hilton Garden Inn. We're going to talk with her in just a moment. We'll back with the guys and Jackie in just a moment on U92.5 and U92Radio.com.
Kenley Insurance is a family-owned and operated insurance broker located in downtown Indiana at 689 Philadelphia Street.
Hi, my name is Nicole Kenley, a licensed insurance agent with 15 years of experience in the industry. We offer many solutions such as home, auto, renters, life, flood, and many more specialty products.
Hi, my name is Sam Kenley. We are partnered with over 30 A-rated companies such as Progressive, Travelers, Allstate, MetLife, and Nationwide, just to name a few.
Please call 724-216-0972 for your free insurance review.
Hi, this is Zach, and welcome to Gingerbread Man Running Company, proudly located in the heart of Indiana on Philadelphia Street since 2009. We offer the top models from the best brands of running and walking shoes. Stop in today for your free gait analysis from our expertly trained staff. We are happy to help solve any foot or shoe issue you may have. Please visit our website for more information. Gingerbread Man Running. Catch us if you can.
The Co-op store has the largest selection of IUP gifts and apparel. The Co-op is always there with its convenient location and hours. The Co-op store has been serving IUP and the Indiana community since 1933, and all profits are returned to the students through campus programs and activities. The Co-op has all your campus needs from the dorm to the classroom. Visit us online at www.iupstore.com.
Hey everyone, this is Ryan at Four Wheeling for Less, your local ATV and side-by-side dealership. We specialize in buying, selling, and servicing all major makes and models. In our sales department, we offer financing, warranties, and purchase appraisals. Our service department will keep you up and running for your next adventure, and our parts and accessories department can help you find whatever you're looking for. So whether you're looking to buy, sell, trade, or get service work done, visit our website, give us a call, or stop by today.
This is the voice of the IUP Crimson Hawks, Jack Benedict, inviting you to follow the Hawks home and away on U92.5 FM and at U92Radio.com. Start your Saturday game day with another Indiana County tradition, the Luther Ford High School Coaches Corner Show, every Saturday morning on WDAD AM 1450, 100.3 FM, and on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. since 1969. Luther Ford's High School Coaches Corner every Saturday from 8 to 10 on WDAD. Coach Paul Tortorella, we thank quarterback Javon Davis for joining us, and we thank Jackie Montgomery for joining us here. She is the general manager here at the Hilton Garden Inn, and we're happy to be here the first of many, many Mondays. Hey, thanks for inviting us down here. We're just having a great time.
Thanks for inviting me on your show.
Oh, well, listen, you're the boss here, so we got to do that, right?
That's what they tell me.
Yeah. Hey, Jackie, you last week here at the Hilton Garden Inn, you had a pretty good weekend, I think, with, we had a 5,000 people, a crowd. The weather was terrific. You've got to be excited, too, about what's happening around the community and the football season itself, too, don't you?
It was a great day on Saturday, the first home football game. It was beautiful weather. It was wonderful to see all the activity and the energy that was surrounding the building and the stadium. There were, lots of students out. There were lots of kids, lots of families. Just a great start, lots of tailgating, just a great start to a college football season.
Yeah, and of course this week now is an extra added attraction. We've got another nationally ranked team in Shepard coming in, and it's Hall of Fame weekend.
Yes.
That should be exciting in itself, right?
Yes, we are very full and excited for this weekend.
Well, you should know something about Hall of Famers too, because your dad, Jack Henry, was a great player at the university for Chuck Clausing, captain of the Boardwalk Bowl team.
He was.
And then, of course, coach with Coach Signetti for all those years. And how many years in the NFL?
15 or 16. I have to go back and do my calculation.
Yeah.
15
well Coach Tort, you suggested we get Jack in here sometime.
Yeah, I'd like to bring him in here.
Yeah, we can get him to come in and talk about old times, that's for sure. And, of course, your brother Chad, is he still a scout?
He is a scout with the Indianapolis Colts.
With the Colts, yeah. He previously had been at Detroit?
Correct.
Yeah. We got a chance to see Chad every so often. He had a great story in itself, as a young man, and I remember when he was a high school young man that overcame cancer, and there was an inspirational award that Indiana gives every year at the high school banquet. I had the opportunity to sit with he and the family a couple of years ago, maybe it was. He likes to come back and do that, and his story is just tremendous.
He did get diagnosed with cancer when he was 16, ended up Children's Hospital in Pittsburgh. The community really rallied around him at that time. It was very quick. It was very aggressive. There wasn't a whole lot of positive thoughts about his recovery at one point. And he had a really good medical team. IUP really supported our family during that time. And because of all that, because of the support, because of just the community, rallying around our family, essentially, them being a great team for us, he likes to come back and give back. So he does give out an award and a scholarship at the high school football banquet every year, and that's one of the things he enjoys the most.
Tort, this is something special, I think, about this community, isn't it? You've been here. You've been other places, but you've been here a long time, and you know what that's all about. That you have youngsters going to Indiana, and it's just across the, across the street, so to speak.
Right.
But it's that family thing that we talk about.
Well, yeah, when I made a big point of that when I got the head coaching job with our mantra all in it. It was not just our players and coaches and support staff. It was the community. It was the university. It was the alumni. We have some fans that really don't have anything to do with IUP, out there. And I get emails and calls from people that really don't have any affiliation with IUP, but they just like IUP football. And so that's, I think, when you have a big crowd and you can play home games and get a big home field advantage and hopefully put on a good performance, it makes everybody happy and feel real good about themselves.
Yeah. Jackie Montgomery with us too here with the coach. Jackie, what are the plans for this weekend for those coming in and those who have already made their bookings to stay here? Maybe give us your kind of agenda of what you have here at the Hilton Garden.
Sure. Well, Friday, our restaurant and bar is open from 4 to 10 serving food. The lounge is open until 11. We actually open up earlier on game days, so we open up at noon in case anybody wants to come in as opposed to staying out. We like to give people that option. We'll just make sure the energy's up, and our staff members usually try to support the team. We encourage them to wear their game day gear and get behind IUP fully as a building, and we're ready for everybody.
Well, that works out nicely too. They open it at noon because kickoff now is at 2 o'clock, so that ties in really, really well. Yeah. Well, we're so happy to be here. We're going to have different people come on and join us, such as yourself. Coach, of course, is so gracious, and he's going to bring some players from time to time. And now we got a challenge of another weekend here, but it's great when you have winning tradition, and then when you're playing really good teams, it's even more exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean it's our first 2 games on our schedule, we knew we were going to play quality opponents, so it'll make us better, and hopefully we can get another win.
We are so happy that last year is gone, and 2021 is providing us with, a lot of great things. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Okay, always good to see you. Good. Tell the family we said hello, and we're going to get that guy in here and sit in with us sometime. I'm going to take another break here, if that's okay, but that's good because the more we get the sponsors in, why not? And we're going to talk more about the game coming up with Shepard here in just a moment. So once again, it's Hawk Talk. We're coming to you live from CH Fields Craft Kitchen, Hilton Garden Inn. You can go to our Facebook pages at Hawk Talk Post, any one of our 4 stations, any questions or comments you may have. We'll be back in a moment on U92.5 and U92Radio.com.
Kenley Insurance is a family-owned and operated insurance broker located in downtown Indiana at 689 Philadelphia Street.
Hi, my name is Nicole Kenley, a licensed insurance agent with 15 years of experience in the industry. We offer many solutions such as home, auto, renters, life, flood, and many more specialty products.
Hi, my name is Sam Kenley. We are a partner with over 30 A-rated companies such as Progressive, Travelers, Allstate, MetLife, and Nationwide, just to name a few.
Please call 724-216-0972 for your free insurance review.
The Co-op store has the largest selection of IUP gifts and apparel. The Co-op is always there with its convenient location and hours. The Co-op store has been serving IUP and the Indiana community since 1933, and all profits are returned to the students through campus programs and activities. The Co-op has all your campus needs from the dorm to the classroom. Visit us online at www.iupstore.com.
Everyone, this is Ryan at Four Wheeling for Less, your local ATV and
coming
side-by-side
to you
dealership.
from
we
the
specialize in buying
CH Fields Craft Kitchen, the Hilton Garden Inn. Jack Benedict with Coach Paul Tortorella. Thanks, Jackie Montgomery, and to Javon Davis for joining us earlier. And our crew here, as I said, we have more equipment here than some of the networks have. But all right, Coach, let's talk about. I'm going to ask you first of all, give me an update on injury situation. Adam Hauser, Connor Kelly. I know Justice Evans was shaken up a little bit, but give me an update as of this very early in the week.
Evans was fine. He was practicing today. Kelly is getting an MRI tomorrow, and I believe Hauser's getting an MRI tomorrow. They'll be questionable for this weekend. Hopefully, both of the injuries actually looked worse than they really were, which is good. So we'll get them both an MRI and see where we're at. But I think those two will probably be the 2 question marks for this weekend.
A little bit thin at linebacker, huh?
Well, we are, but we actually will be getting back Darius Lloyd and Jay Holmes for this weekend.
Oh, good.
So, that'll help our depth.
I was looking at the Shepard roster. Your roster has a lot of freshmen, redshirt freshmen, but I think as you've stated, some of the have experience. Why do they have so many grad students? They're listed as grad students.
Well, they're basically grad transfers or some guys that were carried over. We have a couple grad students, but a lot of our carryover guys never redshirted, like Dauberman and Evans and those guys that played in 2017. They played as true freshmen.
Okay.
So the COVID year actually ended up being their redshirt year. So I'll tell you what, we have a bunch of guys graduating in December this year. We probably have eight or I believe 9 guys on our roster that are going to graduate in December.
Mm-hmm.
So they probably had guys that were redshirted, and they're now going on their 6th year.
Mm-hmm.
The only guy we have like that's Malik Anderson. This is his 6th year.
Wow, yeah. Shepard, they've been good for quite a few years now. They have a quarterback, one of the tops in the country, in Tyson Bagent, 709 yards, 9 TDs, 1 interception, 74% completion percentage. Fortunately, you played once before.
Sure.
It was a year and a half ago,
right.
Whatever. But what do you, and we'll talk about this in depth later in the week, but what do you see in their program and why they've been so good now for quite a few years?
Well, they're very well coached. Ernie does a great job. McCook, he's now their head coach, and Monty Cater was there forever.
Yeah.
So kind of very similar to, myself in the program for a long time and getting elevated to the head coach. Kind of knows the culture and the tradition there at Shepard. A lot of talented players. They're a tough physical team. And every year they've got a lot of speed and athleticism on their roster. They do a great job in the state of Maryland, which has great high school football. It's close. That's not out of state for them, so they can go into the state of Maryland and recruit kids, and they don't have to pay the extra freight for out of state. We at times have gone into Maryland and gotten some good players, but that it's an out-of-state deal, it kind of bites into your scholarship a little too much for us. But Maryland is like being in West Virginia for them. They got way more Maryland players than West Virginia players. It's not even close. I would say 60 to 70% of their teams from the DMV, that area, the state of Maryland and D.C.
The fact that they've been so solid, they have not been in the PSAC that long. Were you in favor of them coming in?
We have to go through them anyway in the playoffs. Usually every year we've played them. We haven't played them during the regular season.
Right.
I don't know if we've ever played them in the regular season.
No.
They've always been playoff games. So this year they're on the crossover. So this is a first to play them in the regular season. But I was not making a big deal about it because if we're going to be good and they're obviously going to be good, we're probably going to meet in the playoffs anyway. Now, I know on the eastern part of the state, they were really up in arms about bringing Shepard in, because it's kind of been Westchester, Bloom, Kutztown over there. And now that Shepard's in the mix, it's kind of there's a new sheriff in town, so to speak, and they weren't real happy about it. But it does bring up their level of play in that conference. And, Kutztown went in there 2 years ago and beat them. They beat Shepard at Shepard. And we had saw that film when we played Shepard in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
So we saw that film again when we looked at Kutztown. So, the East is very formidable now. You got Kutztown, Westchester, Shepard. Shippensburg's been coming on. So that really makes the East very formidable on that side of the state.
Mm-hmm. One other thing I wanted to bring up, because I mentioned about Hall of Fame weekend, you have some football representatives going in. You want to comment maybe about them?
Sure.
Yeah.
Mike Borisenko, when I was the defensive coordinator, obviously, he was great inside linebacker for us, 4-year starter from Altoona. Great player. And Leander Jordan, who, maybe other than Chris Valero, is probably the best offensive lineman we've ever had here from Brashear in the city. Redshirted and ended up being a 4-year starter. Tremendous athlete as an offensive lineman. He was a high school diver. He was on the swim team and he was a diver in high school.
Unbelievable.
And the big guys saw him play football 1 year, saw how big he was and how athletic he was, and we literally had to teach him how to play football when he got here. But it didn't take long.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy for Leander and Paul Koval. a former player that I know who's from the South Hills area now. He played at Laurel Highlands, I think. He lives in the South Hills area now. Who I know very well is also going into the Hall of Fame. And then we got Ben Bruns with baseball, and we've got a lot of supporters. Chris Aluta's getting an award. He's a strong supporter and donor for the athletic program. So it's the people that are getting awards deserve them.
Yeah. Tort, thanks a lot for your time. We appreciate it. This is a lot of fun. I'll see you at the practice field, but we'll see you next week here on this program.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Jack.
Coach Paul Tortorella, Hawk Talk. We're here each and every Monday. Thank you very much for joining us, folks. This is Jack Benedict. Have a nice evening. Okay, thank you, Luke.